Hey everybody, here is an instructional technology update. And this update is composed of or compiled of different questions and issues that have been happening within the district. And I figured if so many people were having those issues, then we might want to just kind of share the word and share the solutions. So here's what we're going to go over. We're going to go over web email using it from our website, Google Classroom materials when you're posting as materials instead of assignments. And then whenever you're posting as assignments, some tips for that. And then some Google Forms must do's. We're also going to talk a little bit about or remind you about the office hours, the resource library, and then remind you of the contact information to get a hold of myself or Karen. All right, so let's jump in. So, web email. Whenever you're going through the AISD website, so you're clicking staff and then email, in order to get those attachments without getting the error message, what we have discovered typically works is using either Edge or Internet Explorer. But when you're doing that, be sure to select that you're using a private computer, but only if you are, and then click on the box for the light version. So here's that example. So make sure you click here and then here, and then it usually works. Now, it might not work for you, and if it doesn't, just let me know, but this is what we've found works the most. Whenever you're posting classroom materials, so this is not you necessarily putting in an assignment, this is you giving them, hey, look, here's our instructional focus document, or here is a passage I want you to read. When you're doing that, if you're pulling any of those files from your Google Drive, you must share them with the public so that way your students actually have access to them. So here's how you do it. We're going to have a video in just a little bit. This was picture version of it. That way you can, whenever I send this PDF out, you actually have it in picture form as well. But what you'll do is you will go into your Google Drive and you'll find that document and you're going to right click on it. You're going to click share. And then after this loads, you're going to go down, you're going to click advanced and then click change where it says private, click change, then click on public on the web, click save, and then click done. And then that's it. Now those students will be able to access those files easily. So let's say that you're now putting in an assignment, not just a material, but now an actual assignment. You have some options whenever you assign these assignments with the documents that you're attaching. The three choices are students may edit the file, they may view the file, or you make a copy for each student. Whenever you're putting in the assignment, your title, instructions, then you have add, and then you can pick from your drive. After you have that document there, this is where you can actually change the access right there. So let's talk about the three different choices. Students may edit the file. Each student will open up the exact same file. So if the first student opens it up and types in what you want them to do, whatever it is, and then the second student opens up that file, they get to see what the other student did and can change what they did. So you will have no record or no assignment for each student. It's just the same. Now, this works well for group work. Let's say you have a chart that you want each student to fill in, and you already have it set up with their name and what they're supposed to put in there. That's perfect. But if it's something that each individual has to do that whole assignment on that document, it can get messy, it can get frustrating. So that might not be the best option. If you select students may view the file, all they do is open it up. They can't edit anything on the file. All they do is look at it. So this is great for like a reading passage or instructions, things like that. If the first option, if this is not something that you think will work because each student needs to do something different or something on the same document, but you don't want them to see each other's answers and be able to change their answers, then this is what you need. You need to make a copy for each student right there, because whenever students click on that document, it automatically makes a copy of that file in their Google Drive. It opens it up, they type on it, and then they can turn it in. They edit their own file. They don't change anything about on anybody else's work that they're already working on. Google Forms. This is very important. The first question you need to have set as student name. Type in your name. And then you need to check the settings because we have students who are logged in under different types of Google accounts, and that's okay because we just want them in there and get into that work. We need to make sure that our settings are set to where any of them can get to it. So you go to the settings gear, that's going to be in the top right, and then make sure all of these boxes are unchecked. And then you'll click save. That way each student can actually access the form and take that test or quiz or fill in the worksheet questions and answers and things like that. Okay, so let's look at the video. This is a way to get responses. You open it up in your Google Drive, you click responses, that green box, create, and now you have a Google Sheet, and then on that Google Sheet is a column for the scores. So if you're in your Google Classroom and you have already assigned this and you don't see any grades or any responses, but you know they've taken it because it says that you have responses there. If you do these steps, then you will be able to see all their responses as well as their scores. Okay, so if you want to send a link to your students, make sure you click send, that paperclip. I always like to shorten the URL, copy, and then you can take that and you go into your Google Classroom, create an assignment, and then after you title it and maybe give instructions, you click add link, paste it in, add link, and then you can assign it that way. What happens if you just highlight the URL above the form, like whenever you're editing it, students actually have editing rights. Now, if you don't want to go that way and you want to just assign it and choose it from your Google Drive, you don't have to worry about those steps. This is just if people want to send that link to your students. Remember, we have virtual office hours. They're 2 times a day, 9 to 10 in the morning, 2 to 3 in the afternoon. And Karen and myself will be in there and we can show you anything that you need to be shown and figure out anything you need help with. The link stays the same. If you don't have a microphone or camera, that's okay. Go ahead and join here and then call in using this information. And remember, I did send out that calendar invite. If you accept it, perfect. It's just a reminder you don't have to attend, only when you need it. Remember the resource library. Here's the link there. We are still updating it. So if you have questions or you're looking for some ideas, make sure you check that out first. And then here's our contact information again. Remember, my office phone number goes to my cell phone. There is my cell phone number, Karen's cell phone number, and then our emails. Guys, I am so impressed with all of you. I am grateful for each and every one of you and all the hard work that you're doing. I know it hasn't been totally easy or completely smooth, but you are doing a fantastic job with these students in this virtual learning. I can't wait to see y'all again and work with y'all one-on-one and not this way, but you definitely make me proud to be a Panther.